If you'd have asked me 5 years ago to do some technical analysis on a made up for fun cryptocurrency coin by Elon Musk, I would have sent you packing. But these are very strange times that we live in, and it looks like DOGECOIN is here to stay. And I know those DOGECOINists would love the price to be at 1. But in today's chart of the day video, I'm going to take a look at the technical analysis and see whether that is possible and unravel the current situation with the price. Hello, I'm Stephen Ho, trader and founder of the Stock Hunter. So before we can carry on, a risk warning for you to pay close attention to. The content in this video is not investment advice, so please seek the advice, help of financial professionals or financial advisors before investing and trading. And trading and investing involves a high degree of risk and your money is at risk, so be very careful. So with that out the way, let's get on with the analysis. Today's chart of the day video analysis is going to be done in a slightly different format to usual, and that's just because DOGECOIN hasn't really got that much history to it, and the history that it has got is quite volatile. So I'm going to shoot straight into the Heikin-Ashi chart to start with, and actually we've got a weekly one just to give you the sort of overall picture of the price history. And we go back to really the early part of 2021 when the price starts to pick up. That's when the charts start to become interesting for me. I mean, I've used Binance US to get this price history as it gave me the best sort of length of time to have a look at. But really my advice is at the moment for something like DOGECOIN is to go into those lower time frames if you really want to be doing the trading. So for the purpose of this video, let's have a look at the 4-hour chart to see what's going on there. So just looking across August on the 4-hour chart, what have we got? Well, if we dive into those signals right there at the bottom, we've got a sell situation going on, a bearish situation. Up to the price, it's sitting within the box structure that we've got there, so pretty neutral, although coming off a little bit. And it's above the 200 moving average, volume slightly declining. So overall, the trend's been up for most of the month and it looks quite positive, but we're just entering a small pullback period, maybe possibly at the moment. But I want to focus for this video on the daily chart because I want to try and answer that question of, is it possible for the DOGECOIN to get to 1? What would it take? How long would it take to get there? And I'm going to use a bit of Fibonacci magic to see if I can come up with some answers. Now, before I get into the Fibonacci, let's look at the daily Heikin-Ashi over the standard variables that I look at. Now, the signals at the bottom, I'm bullish at the moment, the bottom 2 lines there, although that RSI is starting to pull back. Volatility actually is quite surprisingly I suppose low for such a financial instrument, in around, I think it's about the 70, 90, well, say it's floating between 70 and 90% annum per year. That puts it in the range of say a mid-cap US stock to maybe draw some comparison against. And if we look at the volume, it started to go a bit more bullish. Price seems to be holding above that 200 moving average black line there, and we've had a recent breakout of the box setup giving us a buy signal. So all things looking reasonably healthy for DOGECOIN at the moment on the daily chart. So now let's take a look at some Fibonacci analysis. So what have I done here? Well, I've used 2 Fibonacci tools based around time and trend. Now, I've picked on the short-term bullish trend to give me the sort of upside sort of y-axis numbers, and then I've used the longer-term down wave to try and find the trends in the time, sort of Fibonacci time. And quite interestingly, at the moment where we are with the prices right on that 0.382 key Fibonacci number, at the moment. So here we could maybe see a pullback in price, maybe down to our 61.8% line at 0.279, round that sort of number. That's looking like a support area. Then it's got to go through that time zone into that 0.618 area, and then it can start pushing on upwards. And it doesn't really look like until much later in the year that it could potentially target that one price, that key Dogecoinist level that everyone is after. But it's quite possible to do it. It's very hard to predict just off this sort of amount of data. But this Fibonacci analysis is non-standard. It's what I use as a rough guide, sort of like a box template of where price can go and potentially give me ideas of how long trends run for, and pullback zones, support and resistance areas, that sort of thing. So it's just something nice to add to today's video that can give you an idea on the price. But on the daily chart, it's looking quite comfortable at the moment. It's in, like I say, that sort of bullish run. Could be coming into some sort of resistance into this time zone period on the Fibonacci before pulling on upwards. So now let's summarize that all in the next part. So Dogecoin, I've given an overall bullish signal to, and I'm not including any fundamentals on that or any sentiment. That is just purely off the technicals. We didn't do any Renko analysis, so all that area is blank. Heiken and Ashley on the daily, overall looking pretty bullish. We might see a short-term pause at the moment around this sort of price, and if we dig into the targets, some decent upside on the risk returns in the longer term, 3.3, 5.5 to 1, and downside it's got something, but with that 200 moving average providing support, it'd have to break there before we get interested in it going south. But overall, looking pretty bullish. You can argue the fundamentals of Dogecoin all day. It's worth, is it a real thing or not? What I use is technicals to cut through that noise, and at the moment, it's looking like it's here to stay, and it's looking reasonably bullish. Now let me know if you think that analysis is a load of old hogwash in the comments below, or what do you reckon is going to happen to Dogecoin in the near future in terms of price? Do you trade it? You've got good strategies around it? Again, let me know. And if you've liked the technical analysis I've done in today's video, I'll put a link in the description below for you to follow if you want to learn more. And if you've liked today's video, please give us the thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and bell buttons to receive further notification of future content such as this that I will produce. And all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching, good luck with the trading, and I'll see you in the next video.